Go.
Okay.
Avengers.
Okay, Avengers. So again, spoilers. So stop listening if you don't want spoilers for Infinity Wars. First
Imaginary viewers.
Okay, so
Listeners.
how many times have you seen it now?
I've only seen it once. I'm gonna go watch it tomorrow again.
You are the type of guy that watches.
Yeah, you used to
this
watch
movie
movies
more
like
than
multiple
Yeah,
times.
that's when I had an income.
All right,
Fair enough. Yes.
Very fair.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know how familiar you are with the comics or anything, but you're quite well versed in Marvel and everything too. So what did you think of the movie? Just first off, like rating out of 10.
10.
10.
10
okay.
out of 10.
Okay.
The perfect movie.
Well, I mean, that's why I need to watch it a couple more times before I get that rating
So
down.
you
So
can
right
bring the
now,
rating down.
no, until I fine tune that rating. It might be a 9.8, it might be a 9.2, but I don't see it falling less than 9. It's
You
gonna be
enjoyed
between
it.
9 and 10.
Okay. No, that's fair. It's a really good movie. I was saying before, just a rating out of 10 is probably, I'd give it between like an 8.5 to a 9. It's still a really good movie, great action. There wasn't any like slow points or anything, and they actually incorporated all the characters really well, which actually surprised me because they have such a huge cast.
No, that was the main thing. Like, how are they going to get everybody in? And they got pretty much everybody in.
Yeah, they just didn't have Hawkeye and Ant-Man because there was filming conflicts with them.
Oh, that's what happens.
Yeah,
so
'cause-
they worked them out somehow in the storyline.
Yeah, they basically just had a one-line thing saying like, yeah, they're under like house arrest kind of thing or whatever.
Well, no.
They're under witness protection.
Well, there's like, oh, they just don't want to do that because it's too much stress on the families. Or
yeah.
whatever.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. They're
that's
trying
kinda
to
stupid thing.
keep their families intact and stuff.
Yeah, so it's nice that they actually, put that line in there to just kind of clear the air for that. But yeah, I heard it was just because Ant-Man was at the same time they were filming Ant-Man and 2, whatever that movie's gonna be called.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Come on, man. You should
Well,
know this.
I'm skipping trailers. I don't watch trailers anymore for movies I know I'm gonna watch.
The trailer for that is awesome
I'm not
without
gonna
any
watch it.
spoilers.
Paul Rudd is he is a good Ant-Man. He's
He's pretty
Marvel.
ripped.
I have said this many times. Marvel is like on point with all their character
Castings.
castings.
Have they? Who do you think would be the worst casting then?
Out of all of them,
Yeah,
who could have
just Marvel movies, like. Because the only one that really comes to mind, he still does a great job of Mark Ruffalo, but he was kind of put in later because initially,
I think Edward Norton.
yeah, in the actual Hulk movie it was.
And then it was Eric Bana as well.
No, that
That
was
was-
before.
that
That
was
was pre.
before?
that was an
pre-MCU.
Ang Lee.
That was Ang Lee.
Yeah, that was.
That was 2000. That was 2002 or something.
Yeah, don't get Ang Lee to direct a
That was
comic book movie.
pre-MCU, pre
Yeah,
Marvel
it was.
Studios.
Yeah, but even the Incredible Hulk one with Edward Norton is still Universal, I believe, right?
Yeah. No, but Edward Norton doesn't like to sign up for
yeah.
big picture, multiple.
But I actually
studios.
think I liked Edward Norton as a Bruce Banner type more than because Bruce Banner is supposed to be more scrawny and stuff, and I actually found him more suitable to that than Mark Ruffalo because Mark Ruffalo is actually kind of a. It seems like he's a bigger guy in a sense.
Not really. He just, I think, because I don't know.
He still plays the role of
No,
fantastic.
I think he's come into Hulk like with Thor Ragnarok. That was where Hulk.
I kind of had issues with
Hulk
that
shined in Thor
just because
Ragnarok.
they can't because of the Universal stuff.
Yeah.
Hulk can't have his own standalone movies,
Right.
Oh,
So that's why
really?
they kind of
They cut his story
Put it
around
into-
into different movies.
Oh shit! I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
so that's why
they had him messed up in Ultron. He was all like going crazy and.
Yeah, and that's why in Thor Ragnarok, he was basically trying to put a lot of his story into that.
Yeah.
Like they sent him into space. Like it seemed random, but that's like how they're trying to do Planet Hulk, as Hassan
Oh,
said.
okay.
But they still kind of screwed that up, which I'm not too great happy about.
But they screwed it up in reference to the comics. But the storyline of the MCU, I think it worked fine. Like they had to turn the comics into.
Yeah, but they didn't
had to
even
mesh it with the storyline of the MCU.
They didn't even explain it much. Like they didn't mention anything about sending him into space and
They
stuff.
didn't. At the end of Ultron, when he took off in the fighter jet and left everybody alone, remember?
Was that the?
He disappeared right from there.
I actually didn't. Looking back on it, I didn't actually like Age of Ultron that much.
I know.
Yeah, it was pretty
I know,
weak. But yeah, okay.
But that was like, see, there's weak movies, but even the weak movies had plot points that set up the rest of. Iron Man 2 is pretty weak and pretty.
Yeah, Iron Man 2 and 3 were.
But it introduced Black Widow, right?
Yeah, no, they also have a purpose. I could
they
see
all
that.
have a purpose, even though they're weak. They have a purpose.
Who was the villain in Iron Man 2 again?
It was Mickey Rourke as
Mickey Rourke,
Whiplash.
Whiplash.
He had the whips.
He had the Iron Man whips, basically. He had Iron Man technology, except he used
The
different
arc
whips.
reactors. But yeah, and then 3 they had the Mandarin, who was just an actor.
Okay,
Ben
yeah.
Kingsley, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
that was bad.
Mandarin's supposed to be like a magical being and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Then the original.
I can see what they're doing.
realized the original Mandarin was, or the real Mandarin was, what's his name, Guy Pearce at the end.
yeah,
That's
but
basically-
even so, it's more like just a hoaxy kind of thing. Right? So, but yeah, Iron Man 1 is fantastic. Still one of the best.
One thing out of Iron Man 3, I don't realize, does Pepper Potts have special powers now after all that, or is she just went?
She
back
just had
to
a
normal?
suit, right?
She's just jogging.
No, dude. But at the end of Iron Man 3, when she falls in, when she has the extremist stuff injected into her and she falls into the fire and saves Iron Man at the end, does she still have those powers, or did they take them out of her at the
I
end?
don't know.
when
It
she
seems
had
like she
surgery or
doesn't
something?
do anything.
She wasn't
so-
doing anything in
And that's what I
the
thought.
end
I
of
thought
the-
she might get like something in Infinity War, like.
Well, at the most, what, she has a suit, which I'm sure Tony has a bunch of suits for her just in case. But we'll go back into Infinity Wars. I didn't have many issues with it overall, just comparing because I know how it works out in the comics, like what the storyline is and everything. The main thing about it was they didn't bring Mistress Death into it. I don't know if you know about that at all.
Yeah.
It's like the whole point. Thanos' whole plot was to try to, in the comics, to impress Mistress Death because he loves her and everything. And part of that was to eliminate
This
half
was supposed
the
to be
life in
his
the
like
universe.
his present to her, like
Oh, right.
basically like engagement gift to her. Like
I've never read the comics, but I did read the wiki on Thanos before. It did say something about.
so
he wants to.
he wants to bone Mistress Death.
Well, what does
in
that mean?
order-
Like he wants to die, or he wants to fuck death?
No,
Well,
he wants
he-
to fuck Death. He wants to be with Death forever or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And yeah, that's like
So,
missing.
Mistress Death is basically a character, right? So
She's death.
Yeah,
isn't it?
she's death.
She's Death, but she's
a
actually an actual character
she's
too.
personified as a character, right? So he wants to get with that, and in order to get with that, he decides that, you know, if I kill half the universe, which is something Death is gonna love.
Oh, instead of his
Yeah, I'll
bullshit about it's like overcapacity or
Yeah,
something like that.
Well, I guess that's what Jason's referring to here.
Yeah.
Because that they tweaked that storyline to mean that he was worried. They make him look like a mad scientist, right? Like, oh, he foresaw the future, and he saw that you know, the universe is gonna get overpopulated, so he came up with this plan.
Yeah, he was scared of the demographics and the growth rate.
Yeah, so that part didn't really. He actually still played it off pretty well. Like when Thanos is explaining and stuff, he still seemed kind of.
Well, they made it
Humanized.
believable. Like,
Yeah, like I mean, in the comics, he's like just so badass. He doesn't show that kind of emotion.
Oh,
that
really?
He showed for the whole
His
getting
daughter.
rid of Gamora thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he shed a tear and stuff. And
So in the comics,
as far as I know, he never really.
he doesn't give a
is that
shit
emotional.
in the comics,
No.
eh?
Yeah.
No, and they super depowered him compared to the comics,
'Cause
which
I-
is reasonable.
I was thinking that too. I'm like, isn't Thanos supposed to be more powerful than this? Why is
Yeah.
he like getting like beat on by a bunch of guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they only made him like the whole drop of blood thing. Like
Yeah.
they only cut him once or whatever.
But I guess they need to make him kind of human.
Yeah, or else
Well,
they
what's
didn't-
the point of that? I want him to be OP as fuck. I
Yeah, he's
want him
supposed to be too.
If he was, then Infinity War would have been 2 minutes.
You think that way? You ever seen One Punch Man before?
Oh man, One Punch Man against Thanos.
yeah, well, fucking yeah.
No,
That's
I mean,
when he's.
that's what I mean. Like Infinity War would have, the storyline would be done in like 10 minutes because he would have killed.
Yeah,
them
but
all,
there's
right?
it's a huge difference. Like in the comics, he fights cosmic entities and everything, and easily, not without even breaking his fight. He deals with everyone with just like no effort.
What I didn't like is they didn't even show Nova a little bit. He references getting the stone from Nova because he already has like the two stones on before he meets with Thor, right?
That's what I thought they would do
They
too.
would at
Because
least show it or something.
it was the Guardians of the Galaxy second movie that
Yeah.
at the end credits scene they were showing Adam Warlock,
Yeah,
and they didn't even have him in the
exactly.
movie. I thought they would
could have
definitely
showed
show
it. You know, they could
the
have done
golden people were making that person at the end.
Oh
Because of,
right,
like, the
yeah, I
little
remember. Yeah.
cocoon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Adam Warlock in the comics, he's like the mastermind. Like if it feels like a whole chess game, he's the one playing Thanos. So
Oh,
he's
okay.
like commanding everyone, like, hey,
Okay.
this is what the plan is and stuff like that. But yeah, they didn't even show him in this movie. So it brings the question of what they're going to do for the second one.
And what are they going to do for the future phases?
Because they have a lot of
Because they've
characters.
set up a lot of characters.
They're adding more characters
There's
to
like
it.
Warlock,
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Apparently, Captain Marvel's story now is that she was already in play in the 90s. The Captain Marvel movie is going to be set in the 90s.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I heard too.
Because that's the only way it makes sense that Fury calls for her on his pager thing.
Well,
at the end of this
that's
one.
okay. So I didn't know that part. I don't know if it was mentioned in the trailer or anything because I haven't seen it. But I thought it was during the Doctor Strange movie that while he was like driving or whatever, and before he got in the wreck, he was looking at the file, and it was Carol Danvers about her getting like, and that was supposed to be her backstory kind of thing, like a hint at it. So
it was Carol Danvers in the Doctor Strange file?
I'm pretty sure it was. It's been a while since I watched that too, but I'm pretty sure that's what I saw.
But
correct me if I'm
it
wrong.
doesn't make
but-
sense because then Doctor Strange is set in.
Yeah, exactly.
time,
That's why
and
I think it conflicts with that.
Because I'm pretty sure it's set in the 90s. That's the only way it makes sense. Like she
Yeah.
became an Avenger or Captain Marvel in the 90s, and then Fury sent her off as the intergalactic guardian kind of thing. Right?
Yeah.
So she's out in space doing like deep space missions.
Yeah, I'm
with
pretty sure that's what they
other
have her doing
planets,
now.
And now he needs her, so he's called her back. So
Yeah, but who knows? Wouldn't it be freaking flawed if she was also one of the half that disappeared? The freaking stupid ass page just went to no one.
Are they gonna bring him back? What's
They
going
probably are.
on?
yeah,
They're
most of
gonna.
them will come back, but they still. I just read something today saying that the writers and the directors were saying that not all of them are going to be coming back. So I mean, because most people after watching that are thinking, oh, the only real deaths are, again, spoilers.
Again, for the whole thing.
This
The
is
whole
all
last
spoiler.
10 minutes was a
Just reminding
spoiler.
people, if you want any more, if you've heard enough spoilers, the four main deaths, the actual deaths of this movie were Gamora,
Which
Loki,
I don't agree with.
Loki,
Which I don't really agree with.
Heimdall.
Again, same thing.
You don't agree with any of them.
Heimdall, and who was the fourth one? Vision. Because Vision, he pulled out.
Yeah, I don't.
Vision, is he a character in the comics? Vision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a robot. That's
Oh.
why I
He's
don't
an
think
android,
he's dead.
basically. He's an
Because I'm sure they could just rebuild him. Really.
android. If
Well,
he was back, yeah.
Well,
He-
he doesn't need the stone either to be a character.
Yeah.
Vision has been in the
But
comics
just-
without the
exactly,
stone.
yeah.
I just gotta say that he probably died like the most brutal death. Just reaches in and grabs his forehead
Yeah.
and
That,
pulls
that
it
was
out.
like a Game of Thrones level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty brutal. It was pretty awesome too.
It was a cry. Oh, there you go.
It was especially brutal because they went through all the trouble to get
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch to blow it up. Like, oh, okay, we're
Yeah, Scarlet
you
Witch is oh my
spoiled
god, I
his
had to kill the person I love. Thanos brings him back.
and then
rips
yeah,
out
it
his
brings
forehead.
it. Yeah. But okay, let me just kind of give my thoughts on all the 4 deaths you mentioned. Gamora, I think she's in the Soul Stone basically because there was that scene of the young version of her.
Yeah, after he snapped his fingers.
Yeah. And then Thanos is kind of like in that Japanese archway. And
Yeah.
Kid Gamora
That's
is
what I was
there.
thinking. Like he chose
So-
Japan as his
Yeah.
hideout.
It's such a nice place. But yeah, I think so. She's in the Soul Stone. Along with it, I don't know if it's confirmed or anything. This is all just my thoughts. That I think a lot of the heroes are also in the Soul Gem, like from the whole disappearance thing. And then Loki and like Asgardians seem to be able to come back to life
Wait,
multiple times. So
That-
Thanos did say no more. What was he saying?
yeah,
No
like,
more resurrections.
yeah,
No resurrections.
you're done.
but I don't know.
Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Was it Red Skull? That was the
Yeah.
Yeah.
the guy that-
That was a nice cameo. I was waiting for him to come back ever since Captain America.
Yeah, I was kind of thrown off by it because I didn't see the reason for it exactly. But I know like a lot of people were speculating things because he just disappeared from the Captain America movie.
Yeah.
But I didn't really expect him to show up at all. Really,
I think they explained it decently enough that his power.
They gave a reason.
His desire for the stone he was hunting the time stone, right? That was
the Tesseract.
That
was,
Tesseract, yeah.
Yeah, that was. Wait, was that time?
No, that was
No, that wasn't time.
Time.
Doctor Strange had
Doctor
it.
Strange at the time. That was space, wasn't it?
I want to say yes.
I can't remember.
I don't
Whatever. It was the
remember.
Tesseract.
The
It was
blue
space.
stone.
The blue stone, whatever. It was the Tesseract.
The thing that controls everything blue.
He wanted that. His desire for that like clouded his mind and everything. But he was cursed with never getting a stone, but guarding the biggest stone of them all, Soul Gem. I guess.
Even though if I were to pick one to have, I would want the reality one. That seems the most OP to me.
If I was going to critique the movie, I'd probably just say I don't get the fight scene that took place in Wakanda, because basically you got this super advanced civilization. You got aliens there assaulting the place by orbit. And then they set up like a fucking 16th century battle where everybody gets into lines and shit. And then it's like, oh, all right, here we go. We're going to charge the armies together and get into this massive melee brawl. You know what I mean?
I thought that looked epic.
It does look epic.
It serves
Don't
a
get me
purpose.
wrong. It serves, like, you would rather see like a hand-to-hand, that kind of battle on cinema. Rather than just like rather than just like real, you know,
artillery,
like artillery
fire.
blowing. Well, artillery looks pretty cool too, but
Not
you just think about it. It's like if you just think about it right now, like the equivalent would be like if America was going to like assault another country in the Middle East, and then the way they do it is they drop like the 101st Airborne Division down, and then they all take out their swords and shields, and then they start.
But I would definitely watch that.
You would watch that, but
I think it was more to show what Wakanda is. That Wakanda is
a super advanced country, but everybody still
civilization.
fights with spears and
But they
shit.
gotta play the whole African, war torn nation thing. Even though at the end of Black Panther, he announced to the world that Wakanda is gonna help the world. And
It's
everything.
also, I don't know if there's reason behind it, because I don't even know much about Black Panther or Wakanda really, but I think they were more of a peaceful nation in a sense that they don't really have any enemies that they have to fend off
But
constantly.
nobody knows
like,
about them, right?
Well, it's like
Yeah.
the
so
whole
they just
place.
developed other technologies.
The
They
whole
develop
place
what they
just sounds
need.
like a contradiction, because you got this place, you got so much advanced technology, you got stuff that basically are like, like super advanced spacecrafts, super advanced medicine, computers, and everything. But then there's like not really. Everybody's still dressed in like just fucking
It's just a
simple
traditional-
garb. You still herd your rhinos and shit. There's not really any. You don't see like the hallmarks of advanced civilization. It just feels like, hey, this is what fucking Africa's like, and let's just give them some shiny
But
shit.
I think just like Jason said, they advanced in things they felt like they needed to advance. Medicine, technology, maybe
But no infrastructure.
food, grow agriculture, stuff like that.
If you think of an advanced place,
Medicine.
just disregard like what you think, like what Wakanda should look like. You think of an advanced place. What do you think that would look like? That is like the last place. That's the last kind of style I would imagine.
Think of an advanced civilization in the past, like Egypt. Like they dressed like the way they dressed.
They
but
didn't
also
have
built the
like
pyramids.
they didn't have this shit where it was like floating. What was it? Floating cars and shit.
Yeah,
going
but
on.
floating cars and all that—that's imaginary technology anyway. I'm talking about real technology. The Egyptians built the pyramids, so they must have had engineers, like literally.
Yeah,
you need
but that
engineers,
is
but they
their
still dressed and ate the way they did.
yeah, but that is their tech level. You know what? You know what I mean? Like they were capable of making the pyramids. It's more advanced than people surrounding them, but that's their level of advancement. I'm saying like this is like Jetsons level of advancement in Wakanda, but also fucking just normal like African like Discovery Channel whatever. Please donate $1 a day to hungry kids. It's like at the same time it's like we have the technology to cure all the cancers in your body using like the super advanced computers and lasers and shit. But at the same time, you have people that dress looking like these World Vision commercials.
I think it's fine. Like clothing itself, I think is whatever. Just because, hey, it's traditional garbs. So you just gonna keep pressing it down.
It's not like.
But in terms of weaponry and stuff, I can see where you're coming from. But it's like if you imagine their tech tree, they just advance everything else except for military.
But even like you think about it, the guys that live in the mountains. Remember, there's that one tribe, the big guy that lives in the mountains.
Tribe.
Fucking yeah, he's. He doesn't look like he comes from like a sci-fi place. You know what I mean?
No, but they are part of Wakanda. They're a tribe, so they do get. Even though they in Black Panther, they don't really agree with Black Panther for most of the movie. They still get the same, resources.
Oh yeah, I get that. But think about it this way: like, how do they select their leader? Think about it. By armed combat.
They just like to stick to some traditional crap. So.
How does current day America select their leader? They still selected. Who did they select? So
Well, you think about it, it's like
even if you go advanced, there's still errors in the system. So, if they stuck to what they worked for them in that sense, and has always worked for them, they stuck with that. And in the areas where they realized they needed advancement, like agriculture, medicine, and
but you see that part. It's like no. It's like this. It's like, oh, we have super advanced medicine, and then primitive agriculture, super advanced whatever.
I would say they're agriculture.
Primitive. Well, we don't know about the agricultural model of
As long
Wakanda.
as
You know what I
everyone's
mean?
fed, I don't
Everyone's
know.
fed. But I saw my.
And back to your Africa dollar a day thing. I didn't see anybody on the streets like begging for food or something. They were just shop vendors. And stuff. No one.
You could look at. You can make a guess. If you're gonna say, if someone was gonna ask you, what do you think the average Wakandan, their material condition, their way living standard looks like? Watching that movie, I'd be like, what the fuck, man? The king and all of his guys, they have all these really advanced, basically super advanced shit, like a couple tiers above the common people. And then if you look at his citizens, you could tell there's a big difference there. You know what I mean?
They didn't go into the citizens that much. I mean, it was just
Well, if you look at them, if there's like a disconnect. You don't see, like, at the very least, like a society that advanced, you would expect them walking around with like the next holographic iPhone equivalent or whatever. You know, like just tech everywhere. Instead, it just seems like, you got this fantasy of what they wanted to come up with, like in a super advanced, stereotypical, like really poor bushman kind of feel. You know what I mean?
I don't know. The other reason, I guess, is probably aesthetics, because you're hyping this movie all about Africa.
No, but regardless, that's just my own personal gripe. Though it works for a comic book universe. Yeah. But then I'm thinking, like, it looks ridiculous. They line up for this battle, and it's basically all these guys in spears and shit. There's spaceships coming down, spaceships orbital coming down from orbit, and then the aliens themselves, like Thanos' guys. Land the spaceships, and then they just send out their fucking.
I'm sure that's not all they had though, because in the Black Panther movie they had air forces and stuff, and they didn't use them here. So I'm sure that's just like.
If you're Thanos, think about it. If you're a Thanos, why even do that? Why don't you just fucking send guys, just bomb them from orbit? Just done, like just American style Desert Storm, just destroy them all. Highway of Death, Wakanda, right there.
Because then you don't have a movie.
There you go.
Gotta make a show, right? You gotta make the Thanos.
I don't know. I just like it when it is a movie, but it also makes sense the way that they have to put these fights. It just kind of seems ridiculous to me.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a fake universe.
It is
and sometimes in movie making, you gotta do shit for aesthetics, right? And to make it look the way you want to look, right? So.
I don't know. I don't read the Black Panther universe. I don't know. It might be exactly like that, but it's just.
I don't know too much about it.
It could be exactly like that. It could be that's the exact style that they want and they're going for and what it's meant to be. But
I'm pretty sure it'd be pretty different from the movie one, just because in the comic books, I don't know. All I know is that they're supposed to be like leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of civilization.
Yeah, but
so
it just,
they probably do have.
It just to me, it just looks aesthetically they're leaps and bounds above civilization. But then
I don't know anything about their military in the comics or anything.
But it just gives that feeling.
Going to their weaponry is all pretty advanced. I think like they had this. I know they're fighting with swords, but then some of the swords also shoot lasers or whatever. Yeah. They had the gauntlets that.
But they fight like they're in the 16th century. It's like a mix between Napoleon and the way they fought in the medieval ages. Dude.
Right, but and also currently there's some tribes in the Amazon that haven't even met the rest of humanity yet. So if we ever went to fight with them, they would come running at us.
Exactly. Well, if this is a perfect way to imagine it. Imagine if you took like a power, either America, Russia, or China, and then you got them to fight these, like untouched native bushmen that are still cannibals in some secluded island. What would that look like? You know what I mean? Like, what would it look like if they had to fight each other? I guarantee you, if it was America, they're not dropping guys down there just to fight with fists with these guys. You know what I mean? If they're gonna fuck them up. If it was Thanos and he was in that position, and it's like, I'm gonna fuck these guys up. They're not sending guys down to brawl with them. They're just gonna blast the shit out of them up from space.
One issue I have with the Marvel bad guy armies is this happened in Avengers as well. Their army it's always like crazy deranged monsters. There's no order, you know what I mean? Like even in Avengers they had no control.
Well, no, they had that one guy, remember that really skinny looking ugly fucking dude, but he
they had the guy like Thanos' main that you saw at the beginning of the movie. And then just all the minions.
He looked pretty sophisticated.
If you look at the Wakandan army, if those guys, the generals or whatever, were sophisticated. But if you look at the Wakandan army, even the foot soldiers, like they were all controlled, right? Like
The
There
discipline.
were squads and they were disciplined and
Yeah.
stuff. These guys are just let loose, you know.
But-
That's the one issue I have. Like, if it's an army against an army, it should be like, are there only crazy deranged aliens in the universe, or do they not have?
See, you're more aligned with my way of thinking than you think, man. I'm just taking
guys
it
are
to the
digging
next
too deep.
level, and I'm just saying, why don't they just fucking air bombard them from the air?
It's just for the movie,
You know?
so it's so they could, sell tickets. That's the whole reason.
Well, no, yeah, ground battle where everybody's fighting hand to hand.
Thanos go to planet XYZ and get some like decent soldiers or mercenaries or something. Be like, hey, I need 1,000 of you guys.
That is what I'm saying.
Well,
he doesn't
he's
even
got
need.
the freaking Infinity Gun. He can make people.
He
if
doesn't
wants.
even need to make.
Then why doesn't
Good.
he make people that are organized rather than?
Well, that's the thing. Like, that's the difference between that Thanos, movie Thanos, and comic book
No,
Thanos.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you go into it deep, into any movie, you can find the errors. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
In terms of, like,
It's all for entertainment value.
exactly. In
really.
terms of the entertainment value, in terms of just on surface level, everything clicking and connecting, I think it did it.
Well, it's just to make the movie, just to have the scenes for the movie. They wanted a big battle. I understand that. It just, to me personally, and it's just my opinion, it just looked kind of silly.
There was this kind of stupid thing of how the whole Hulk thing too.
Yeah,
He's not showing up.
I think that was more of a tease. 'Cause it was like an alternate.
He's probably
ending.
saying like
Trailers-
it'll show up next time or something.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
sure
Hulk's
he
gonna
will.
come back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Hulk's
I'm
gonna
sure.
come back. But in the trailers, if you notice, Hulk's running around with Captain America. And
Yeah, that was to throw people
that
off.
just to throw people
Yeah,
Oh,
off.
yeah.
I watched the trailers after I saw the movie,
Yeah.
and yeah, there's I think a couple scenes like that
And then,
throw you off.
and in the trailers, they still had the Hulkbuster costume running around, so you assume that Iron Man's there as well, but he's really not. He's actually in space.
Yes,
So
they tricked
kinda-
us.
They kind of tricked us all with all that stuff.
I kind of
And
wonder.
regardless of how much they said, because remember, like 2-3 years ago when they announced Infinity War, they said it was going to be Infinity War Part 1, Part 2. Then just last year, they're like, no, actually, 2 separate movies. It's Infinity War and then an untitled Avengers
Yeah.
4.
Well, yeah, of course they're
Because,
gonna
But
do that.
that was again another trick because clearly this left is the
Yeah,
next movie
it's
is going
gonna
to
be
be Avengers
continuation.
Part 2. There's
It
no
is there.
Yeah.
Of course they're
or
gonna do it.
Infinity War Part 2. It's not going to be.
Yeah, but they did say, I forgot where it was because I just read this. I don't know if it was stated by someone on Twitter or something random like that, but they said that the 2 movies are actually supposed to be completely different feels to them.
Yeah.
But so I don't know to what extent that they're going to be able to do that.
They weren't gonna make it in one movie, man. They're gonna melt
No.
this. This is a big.
Well, of course they're going to milk it, and I knew there was going to be 2 movies, but I think in terms of it's still going to be the same movie. It's a continuation of this movie. In terms of feel, this one was all hopelessness. That one's going to be hopeful because at the beginning of that movie, they'll be like, "Oh, I think we have a way to bring everybody back," and they're going to work towards that.
Yeah, that's one of the big things I actually liked about this movie was that in the end, basically the bad guy won.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
liked
what I
about it too.
loved.
I'm like, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
because we went with
If this was the end of the MCU, that would be a hell of an end. Just
Well, they got so
That'll
many
be it.
contracts
That's it,
in
man.
there.
This-
I know if they have so many contracts and stuff, but if this was the end of Phase 3 and this was the end of the MCU, that would be a hell of a way to go. Like, it would shock all the fans.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh my God."
They'd be just
And
like, what? The bad
the
guy?
director, producer. This is real life.
He just shows up. Like, that's it.
This is real life. It's just fucking. There's no good guys. There's no happy ending. It's all just shit. He just walks away after that.
Well, on that note, we're at we're past the 1.5 hour mark.
Good.
Um,
Good.
I don't know if you want to keep going or not. We have content if we want to cut other stuff out. But again, this is all spoilers, so
Oh no, shit.
where do we stand on all this crap?
I don't know, man. I can keep going, but it is.
It's up to you guys. But you guys have to wake up in the morning. I'm free.
We could probably just go for a little bit more. You can edit this shit out.
Oh.
This is where we get into the X-rated stuff.
Are we done talking about Infinity Wars then?
You can talk whatever the fuck you want,
I
but
don't know. Is there anything you wanted to say about it?
I'm looking forward to the Ant-Man and the Wasp.
that man looks good.
Ant-Man, you've seen the trailer?
Yeah, I saw it.
It's awesome. The trailer, it's the next, funny movie.
What's
like
the-
they have
yeah.
the Guardians is the funny.
What's the actress's name? Evangeline Lilly, right?
Yeah.
She's.
She can look good in some roles, and then sometimes she kind of looks like shit.
When
What
does
do
she
you
ever
mean? She's
look like
never
shit?
looked. In
She was.
Lost,
There's
she
one
was
time.
hot.
There's. I don't know if she just got
In
bigger,
The Hobbit,
bulked
she
up.
was hot.
No. There's I think it was during her Lost days. There
She was
this-
hot.
She was
in the
hot
Lost.
during the Lost days.
She has such pretty eyes too.
Dude, you can
Have you
get
seen
lost in her eyes while being lost on the island.
I know what I saw. There was a
That's
scene
why
where
they
she
named
looked
Lost
big
Lost.
and fat and
She
not
was
appealing.
not fat.
Yeah,
What?
bring it
Why
on.
would she be
This is
fat? on
Evangeline Lilly lobby right here. No, she looks better now.
And
Definitely
she's
now.
Canadian too, so that just makes her even more hotter.
It doesn't matter to
Just
me.
for the record, I thought she was always hot. So
If
if you're listening,
Yeah, I
to
always
this,
thought
you
she was
know.
hot. Since,
Yes, Evangeline Lilly.
since the first
Jason
date.
wants you to fuck her.
Wait, what? Just call me a her.
She's like married and like has like kids. I don't know.
Oh, I'm
don't
sorry.
Mind.
I know you don't mind. I think she might mind.
Well, you know.
By the off chance she listens to this, she's like, "Oh my god, yes, Jason, where are you? I must search out this man."
How come I have a restraining order? Oh man,
No,
that'd be great.
no,
I'd get her autograph from a restraining order.
I got her autograph at least.
I don't think she'll sign that.
No, she's the one that would have the restraining order against me.
Yeah,
Sign the
She
restraining
still have
order.
to sign it, right?
you
I
don't
know
get
how
to
to
see
work.
that signature. I don't
Why
know.
would I
Don't they
not
serve
get
you
it?
with
I don't know. You know what? Go ask someone that's gotten a restraining order before.
Yeah.
Sort this shit out.
I'm working on it.
You can tell us how that goes and how that looks like.
And I'm also excited about Captain Marvel, and of course,
You're not excited about the
Avengers Part
the
2.
new Han Solo movie?
Han Solo looks good. Looks good.
Totally different universe, but
You haven't seen it.
I have not.
No, of course you haven't.
Of course, no. I ruin
Well,
everything.
then I don't know how much we can talk about it.
Don't worry about.
should
Well,
I-
you don't have to talk about Han Solo, but what did you think about the Star Wars reboot as a whole, though?
Not reboot.
I can't say
Not
anything.
reboot. Sorry,
because
the sequels.
I've only seen Force Awakens. I haven't seen.
Oh, you haven't
Wait,
seen
have,
the-
have you seen what's that other Rogue One?
I've seen Rogue One. I haven't
Okay.
seen Last Jedi. So
Honestly, Rogue One was probably the better movie.
Rogue One was really good.
Rogue
Out
One
of
was good.
the-
Rogue One was paced properly, and Rogue One was like another movie where the good guys don't make it. You know. Kind of.
Yeah, but it's expected. But
It's
in a way,
expected,
good
but-
guys still win. It's totally the whole story.
No, you know the whole story.
You know
but
it going.
Any new Star Wars fans right now, if they watch that, if they started their Star Wars experience with that, then it would be like.
Well, I think even the hardcore Star Wars fans liked Rogue One better than
Yeah.
a lot of the new like episodes.
Yeah, 7 and 8. Yeah,
I haven't seen.
Oh man,
I
if
haven't
you
seen Last Jedi.
eight is kind of I don't know, like
it's kind of weird.
it's you can have some fun moments if you're gonna go in and you're gonna have an open mind. You're gonna sure it's an alright movie.
Yeah, overall, it's
But-
a pretty good movie.
But it's so many stupid things happen. Don't try to think about the
Yeah,
plot.
there's
right?
obvious plot holes. There's scenes that weren't necessary.
Alright.
There's
All right, then let's skip that. Forget that. Venom. You guys watched the trailer?
I think
Nope.
Tom Hardy.
Why not? It's a standalone.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, but
Tom
I'm still
Hardy.
gonna watch
Tom
the
Hardy
movie.
Yeah.
looks like a good Eddie Brock.
I'll give
Tom
it.
Hardy's.
I
Tom
have
Hardy
seen
is
Better than
awesome.
fucking Topher Grace.
Yeah, exactly.
That was such. That's one of the worst castings I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
there you go.
Topher Grace should not have canceled his 70 show contract and stayed there and given that show a proper ending also, rather than them scrabbling
He
around.
canceled the Sony show because he wanted to do movies, right? Like
Yeah.
he did the what's that stupid movie called? I
No,
forgot what
but
movie
he
he
was
did.
doing-
Some stupid rom-com type thing.
No, but this is the one he canceled it for. Was Spider-Man 3.
He canceled that far in advance for it.
Yeah.
Wait, what year did that come out?
This,
Was that during right after
Oh
that?
my god.
70
either
show
way.
ended in 2004. And that was the time they were filming
Either way, that is
Okay.
just a terrible
something
idea.
like that.
I
'Cause
have the
when-
time frames all messed up.
Because when you think of Venom, you think of Topher Grace, don't you? That
No,
70
no,
show.
I think of the
Tom
cartoon.
Hardy. I think of Tom Hardy now.
Well, no
With a
shit.
2-minute trailer.
But if you just put yourself in the shoes of Topher Grace, you know, and you're like, yeah, I think I could be a good Venom. You know,
Dude, I
hope
don't
Donna
know.
will be in the
Even if he,
movie.
like, even
Hope
if-
Kelso will be in the movie as
If
well.
he tried to like bulk up or something,
There's no way
there's no way.
he can ever. For the life of him, he'll never
He
look
looks
like.
like a little kid. His face looks like a little kid, no matter what he does. Even if
They're trying to go for a new kind of style of Venom. You know, the little
so
kid,
stupid.
feminine looking Venom.
Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's awesome in whatever he plays.
Well, shit, yeah, I would.
Tom Hardy has not done a bad movie yet. I think.
I haven't seen everything he's done.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a good actor for
I've
sure. I don't
seen-
doubt that.
I've seen probably a lot of what he's done. I think most of what he's done. Yeah.
You know what I've always wanted? I just want Christopher Nolan to just come out with like a Bane movie just about Bane.
Has Christopher Nolan ever made a bad movie?
Christopher
'Cause
Nolan.
He
probably
made some kind of.
Because everything he's made that I've seen, I've loved.
Starting from Memento, everything.
Yeah, Memento's amazing.
I
Yeah.
haven't hated anything of his or not liked it. Or
You're gonna have to go search for his like pilot movie.
No, I mean he's had shorts and before. Memento was his first like feature length.
Did he do Heat?
No,
Was it
he
him?
didn't do
No. Okay. Heat was still good, but yeah. Just a thought that.
What is he coming out with a new movie?
He is working on a new movie.
What was it called?
I'm not sure. It's just an idea right now, I think.
The last one he did then was Dunkirk. Was that the last one?
Yeah. Which is another awesome movie.
That's a very beautiful movie.
It was, yes, it's cinematically pleasing, but I don't know. It's
Do you have a
sometimes
butt?
got weird.
Do you have a butt for that? What's the butt?
Oh, he's got butt for days.
I got butt for days, man. I have fucking butt everything.
That's,
I don't know. It's just it was. I like Dunkirk. It was a good movie. It's just sometimes it felt a little bit long. You know.
So
what I mean?
here's Nolan's movies. 1998 was his following, which was a short kind of film. 2000 was Memento, which I loved.
Yep.
2002 was Insomnia, which was awesome.
Yep.
2005 was Batman Begins, which was awesome. 2006 was The Prestige, which I've seen, which was awesome.
It is
2008 was The Dark Knight, which was awesome.
one of my favorites.
2010 was Inception, which was unbelievable.
Amazing.
2012 was The Dark Knight Rises, which was an awesome addition or a
No, it was
conclusion
super
to-
good. I still think
to-
Dark Knight is better.
Yeah, no, of course, but it was a decent conclusion. It was a nice conclusion to that trilogy without having Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Because the whole point, the whole thing, original story for the Dark Knight Rises was going to be Heath Ledger.
I wish they
coming
made
back.
Bane bigger, but
But
you know,
I mean,
it's
dude, he still
fine.
did a decent.
no, the acting was great.
Can you
and
imagine
everything.
if,
but
like-
Bane as a character is supposed to be like huge.
Can you imagine if they got like
And then
Batista to do Bane?
no, in 2014 he did.
You would not get all the memes that you have now.
2014 he did Interstellar, which was great, and 2017 he did Dunkirk.
I think I'm still confused by Interstellar.
Yeah. No, you're not the only
I have not thought about it for so long, but if I put
They
any
did.
time-
I think they came out. They had this one article where like a bunch of physicists ranked which space movie was the most realistic.
Yeah.
Well, like Interstellar was kind of dead last in one of those rankings.
I thought
Well, it
Interstellar
dealt with-
was the top because they had what's his name.
I think it must have ranked fairly decently. It was.
Was it? I thought
I don't
I
remember
remember
seeing
it as being poor as hell.
No.
They ranked The Martian actually. I think,
Martian should be up
around-
there.
I don't know.
It should be fairly accurate. Wasn't it written by?
They had Kip Thorne consulting on Interstellar.
Yeah, but this list is not supposed to be authoritative
But
at
that
all.
also
but
has
it's-
to do with like some aspect
Actually,
of
it
time
should be
travel
more
and
of
Yeah,
stuff,
like
too. So
he-
there is a level of sci-fi
Of course,
into it.
but-
So I never watched Gravity. Is that supposed to be actually accurate?
I think they said that was probably one of the top ones. Gravity.
Gravity was.
Yeah.
I mean, if
like-
an accident were to happen,
Is that
in a
worth
space like
watching?
that, okay.
It was not bad.
It's
Not bad.
it's like 90 minutes of intensity. That's about it.
Yeah, I only heard.
No, if I remember, yeah, Interstellar they ranked it pretty low because most of it were like, oh, this is mostly just sci-fi bullshit. Martian, I think, was in
Well-
middle of the pack because they were still, you have to embellish a little
It's
bit.
not bullshit. It's more just theoretical. So it's bullshit for the mass populace, I guess.
No, because I specifically remember they had a lot to shit on Interstellar because they're like, even just that scene where they took off from that planet that was mostly just water and tidal waves and shit, and the ship basically just took off straight up acceleration into the atmosphere, and they're like, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen with a ship that size and blah 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 and whatever, and then like the whole time distortion thing, even like how they got stuck in that closet dimension.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
you have to
I
say
think especially that.
it's a lot of bullshit. So I was not surprised that it ended up all the way pretty much close to dead last, if I remember correctly. But
Well, yeah,
one
I
of the
don't
top
have it.
movies, it was
even if it is inaccurate.
yeah, it's if you like the movie, you like the movie. But yeah, I think I can't remember if it was Gravity that was one of the top lists. But anyways,
Gravity might be. Gravity was pretty. Have you seen it?
yeah, I did.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it.
It's a decent. Like it's a good watch. You'll be like.
Yeah.
That's your homework. Watch Gravity.
Watch Gravity.
Well, then your
It's on
homework would be
Netflix,
what? Just to watch Star Wars episode 8.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I have no homework. I get to play.
Oh man. Okay. Should we wrap it
All
up?
right, let's wrap the first one, and then we can edit out all the unsavory parts.
So officially, we're at like an hour 47 minutes
All right,
worth of
that's
stuff.
plenty of shit to work
We
with.
edit, and it should be down to like 10 minutes.
You're pushing it.
Even if we get like 10-15 minutes, that's a decent first try.
I'm pretty sure the majority of this is gonna make it. I don't know. I'll send drafts to you guys when it's all said and done. I'm not gonna publish anything that someone's not comfortable putting out. So yeah,
Publish all the uncomfortable stuff.
we're still recording right now, so
we can keep
I
talking.
don't know. Is there anything else? Last thoughts? Final thoughts?
Shooting the shit. Whatever I have can save for the next time.
Okay. Thanks,
Some more brainstorming for next time.
whoever is listening. Thanks,
Yeah.
if there is anyone.
No one's out there.
In the great unknown, if there's anybody.
No one's
listening.
out there. No one listens to this shit.
Am I in that interstellar world between realms or something?
If anybody's listening
I'm
there
totally
too,
missing it.
thanks.
Realms. I'm mixing up Interstellar with like freaking Marvel again, like the Asgardian.
Man,
realms crap.
that was
Oh
so.
my god.
Speaking
I felt so cringy that I had goosebumps on my arms.
Oh, get used to it.
Speaking of entertainment, are you guys reading any books? Any of you?
No, I'm barely literate, so it's
I picked up the Norse mythology book. That was a pretty
Neil
like,
Gaiman?
yeah, it was like bestseller for a while.
Yeah.
But I mainly picked it up because I mostly know stuff about Greek mythology.
Yeah.
Norse I was never really too into, but I started
get it
playing
just
God,
for God
of
of
War.
War.
Yeah.
You-
Who am I killing? Flip the page.
Yeah.
It played a big part in it. Because it's nice to know the source material for it. Quote.
No, I
source
also had to
material.
look for this because
Neil Gaiman has just turned the myths into readable for
Yeah,
today's day and age.
So wait,
he
what-
mentioned it in
is
the
it a
forward.
novel or is it
It's
more
not a
like
novel,
it
it's
explains
actual,
everything?
It's actual just Norse myths. Myths.
Yeah.
Hey man, if
creation
it's
myths and-
well written, then maybe I'll take a crack at it. I don't know dick all about
Neil
Norse
Gaiman has
mythology.
turned it into more readable, more for today's audience rather than the old word.
Yeah, that's what he says right in the forward itself in the book. It's like he used to be a huge fan of the mythology and stuff, so he's taking a lot of the materials and then just kind of rewriting it to suit the present day audience and putting in more of just what he finds is relevant. So it's not like a ton of crap.
Because it is a lot of myth to go.
Oh, yeah,
through.
yeah, there's
It's
a
all
lot of-
myth, pretty much. Yeah, it's all myth. It's written in today's words, basically.
Today's word. Dumb it down for us a little.
Basically. Well, not dumb it down. Neil Gaiman's an awesome writer. You should read
That's
it. Have you read any of his other stuff?
No.
You should read his other stuff.
I know he does more
American
fantasy.
Gods. American Gods on Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
his
So
book.
that's
That's
his
his
book.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Did they
I
make a
see.
show for that?
Yeah, they did.
Show?
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And they got what's that guy that plays Thor on it? He was also in John Wick, that guy that owns the hotel.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you don't know it? Okay.
I read the book, but I haven't seen it yet. I've read half the book. I'm on working my way.
The show wasn't bad. It was if you're ever bored, just take a look.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have... all of my spare time is basically going into God of War.
Same. But now you have your encyclopedia of gods that you can. Because I was looking
I'm
through
your
it.
encyclopedia of Norse gods. Why don't you let me?
He can't
know
just
your
call you late at night when he's like
Yeah.
passes along.
Bedtime story. So tell me more about all these gods.
Oh, man.
Maybe we'll just do one day where we just talk about like a half hour of Norse mythology for you, and then you can just
Dude, I'm down for it.
You
Whatever.
just-
We can BS.
Talk
jizz
about
all
whatever.
over the place with you.
It's your house.
Mythology. It's your house.
Yeah, we're gonna
You
do
let
this
me
at
know
your
what you want me
place.
to do.
It
Here.
won't be just blood.
I won't be there.
It won't just be blood stains on the
It'll
wall.
just be Jason and you. Jason wearing a bunch of
I'll have a
garbage bags.
hazmat suit. I will invest in a hazmat suit. Oh god, I'm so bad with money.
I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I know I'm late to the curve on that.
Oh, that's such a good game.
I heard
Love
it's
that
a good game too, but I don't know. I basically just bought the PS4 just to play God of War. I don't know what to do with my life after that with the PS4.
Spider-Man for it's gonna be
So
supposed to be really
Spider-Man
good.
looks awesome.
But it comes
and-
out in September.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh yeah, that's
That's in
too.
October or September as well.
Here I don't really
September,
remember.
I think. That I'm looking forward to that.
You're a fan of the westerns, anyways.
Of course, yeah.
Well, first game was really good.
First game had me crying, man.
The Grand Theft Auto.
Never mind. I was gonna make a joke. It's fine.
No, you can
Let's
make a
go.
joke.
No, it's past.
Make it.
Nope.
Make it.
Stop.
Make it.
No.
Make it.
I already forgot it.
Jesus.
Move
Christ.
on.
You've disappointed everybody that's listening.
I'll cut that part out. Going mad with power of editing.
One day.
Wouldn't it be funny if this isn't even being recorded? All this like hour and 53 minutes is for nothing.
You know what? I would be fine. Just do it all over again.
Talk about the exact same crap, but worse. Lady microwave pissed and it exploded.
Shit. Yeah. Did I mention it was a 7-Eleven? Yeah. Okay. Good. Next one.
All right, man. I don't know.
All right, man.
We're hitting 2 hours.
Yeah.
now.
Fucking. We can end it, man. We can.
Yeah, I think we're aiming for pretty much hour episodes each time.
Okay.
Once a week.
An
Maybe.
hour or a little bit more. A little bit. Around an hour.
Or are we aiming for that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
All right.
not-
So at the very least, we should record a proper goodbye before we sign off.
That's what I tried to do like 20 minutes ago. What do you got then?
Everything.
Wait, say that again?
Cut everything.
Okay, well, that's definitely making it in. All right, well, thanks again.
Thanks again.
Yes. I can't believe you took the time to listen to this horse shit.
This was and hopefully will continue to be verbal laxative.
Is that what we end on?
I don't know.
All right, we're good.
All right, everybody bye. That's it. Bye.